go talk about the Twitter privacy policy. At the end of this video, there is a Twitter game. And I didn't know about this, I just found it at the bottom of the privacy policy. So you can either jump ahead to that place at the video or you can just follow along. So here we are, the Twitter privacy policy. And I previously did a video on the Facebook privacy policy. So we're going to see what this one's about. First glance, it's a lot more user-friendly than a lot of the ones I've seen. It's pretty, there's some graphics that make it easy to read and it's organized in a good way. So, let's see, what do they say here? Before you scroll, read this. It's really hard to make everyone happy with a privacy policy. Most people who use Twitter want something short and easy to understand. Understandable. While we wish we could fit everything you need to know into a tweet of 244 words, our regulators, must be the government, asked us to meet our legal obligations by describing them all in a lot of detail. With that in mind, we've written our privacy policy as simply as possible to empower you to take informed decisions. So you can understand how we control the information we collect, how it's used, and when it's shared. So these are the basic overview of their privacy policy. It's a public platform. They collect data. They have affiliate services that may have their own policies. And they want to use the data to make Twitter a better place. You can also control your experience and don't feel bad to ask them questions. Okay, here we have this person asking, seriously, what happens with my data? Okay, so what do we collect? Well, it's pretty straightforward. Obviously, the information you provide them. So let's look at this in depth. Okay. Obviously, if you need to create an account, then you provide Twitter with certain information. Likewise, if you use their paid products and services, then they're going to use that payment information. So some of this information is necessary for you to use their products and services. Okay, personal accounts, professional accounts, and payment information. So personal accounts, if you create an account, you provide Twitter with an information so that they can provide services to you. This includes display name, for example, Twitter moments, a username, for example, hashtag Twitter moments, a password, an email address or phone number, a date of birth, your display language, and third-party single sign-in information, if you choose that sign-in method. That would be like if you signed in with your Google account or signed in with your Facebook account. They'll obviously collect that. You can also choose to share your location in your profile and tweets. I don't know why you want to do that. And you can upload your address book to Twitter to help find people you may know. I don't like that either. Your professional information, which includes, your profile information, which includes your display name and username, is always public, but you can either use your real name or a pseudonym. There we go. And remember, you can create multiple Twitter accounts, for example, to express different parts of your identity, professional or otherwise. Okay, that's a nice little caveat there. And then if you create a professional account, such as a business, you might want to provide them with a street address, contact, email, and phone number. And that would be like for a public kind of business or something like that, you provide that. And then of course, if you use your credit card, you're going to have to give them the debit card number, card expiration, CV code, and billing address. Makes sense. Okay, so when you use Twitter, what information did they collect? Okay, when you use our services, nice little graphic there, we collect information about how you use them. Okay. They collect the tweets and other content you post, which obviously makes sense. You're using Twitter, you're going to post these tweets. Specifically, they include the date, application, and version of Twitter, okay? The information about your broadcast activity, such as using Twitter Live or Spaces, broadcasts you created, lists, bookmarks, and communities you're a part of. They'll also include your interaction with other users' content, such as retweets, likes, shares, replies, if other users mention or tag you in content, or if you mention or tag them, and broadcasts you've participated in, including your viewing history, listening, commenting, speaking, and reacting. Now, this third bullet point, it says they include your direct messages. So the content of your messages, the recipients, and the date and time of the messages. So just know, if you're using Twitter, and same with Facebook and Instagram, everything you tweet or everything you write in a message, private message, the company has access to. So just think about that. It may not be a DM as you thought. If you communicate with us, such as through email, we will collect information about the communication and its content. We collect information on links you interact with. Purchase payments. Okay, now this is I'm not really sure about. I don't really like this. I don't know why they have to do this device information. Okay, device information about connection, IP address, browser type. Why do they need to know that? Information about your devices and its settings, device and advertising ID, so they can just know exactly what device you're using. Operating system, maybe. Carrier, so your mobile carrier, phone carrier. Language, okay. Memory, why would they need to know that? Apps installed and battery level, so they know everything about the device you're using, which sounds suspiciously like the Facebook privacy policy where they literally can know anything that's on your device and all your files. They have access to that. So this is just a little bit too intrusive for me. I don't know why they need to know all my device information. I can still use the app just fine without them using my device ID. Okay, your device address book, if you've chosen to share with this, which is not a good idea. Location information, nice some GPS tagging there. When you use Twitter, we collect some information about your approximate location to provide the services you expect, including showing you relevant ads. You can also choose to share your current precise location or places where you previously used Twitter by enabling these settings in your account. So they want to know your approximate location so they can better serve you ads. And if you enable it, you can let them know your exact location. They also collect inferred identity, such as when you sign into Twitter or a browser or device. We will associate that browser, so that's that device ID. So once you use a specific device, that is locked in and tagged to your settings. Okay, when you provide other information to Twitter, such as email, phone number, obviously, because you're providing it for them. When you access Twitter not signed in, we may infer your identity based on the information we collect. So kind of circumventing, even though you're not signed in, they're still going to find out who you are. Log information. When you view content or otherwise interact with their products or services, they collect log information, even if you have not created an account or signed out. So if someone doesn't have an account and they're using Twitter, this information right here is logged and is stored, even if you don't have an account. So this is kind of that weird, like how like Facebook has data on non-users. This is kind of the Twitter's version of that. So these include your IP address, browser type, language, operating system, referring web page. So I guess if there was a link to a tweet or something, access times. So like how long you were on it, pages visited, your location. I don't see how that's relevant. Your mobile carrier, still don't see how that's relevant. Device information, nope. Search terms and IDs. Ads shown to you on Twitter, that makes sense. Twitter generated identifiers and identifiers associated with cookies. Get rid of cookies. We also receive log information when you click on view or interact with links. Okay, ads, cookies, etc. And then information from third parties, such as ad partners, developers, publishers, Twitter generated identifiers, mobile device IDs, hashed user information, and I think hashed in this case means encrypted actually, or information that has been stripped of specific identity and is kind of amalgamated together. Okay, we don't really care about third parties. I mean, we know that they're going to use third parties, so we'd have to go through each of those third parties and see their privacy policies. Okay, so how do we use the information to make Twitter the service you know and love? Okay, operate and improve our services. We use the information to collect and personalize our products and services that you have a better experience on Twitter, including showing you more relevant content and ads. Yes. suggesting people and topics to follow, enabling and helping you discover affiliates, third-party apps and services. We may use the information we collect from accounts of other services that you choose to connect your Twitter account. Okay, so this is like if you sign in with a different account, like a Google account. We use our information to provide our advertising and sponsored content services subject to your settings. So you have a little bit of control over the ads you get. We may use this information to collect the effectiveness of ads and help recognize your devices. Yeah, I don't know. Foster security and safety is what they say. We provide the information for the safety and security of our users, our products or services in our account. This includes verifying your identity, authenticating your account, and defending against fraud, unauthorized use, and illegal activity. We also use the information too about. So when the internet was first started, the whole point of the internet was where you could have a free and open dialogue with people you didn't know. There was not supposed to be a specific identity tied. You could have like hidden identities, like this mentions earlier. You could have multiple identities. You would hide behind an anonymized number or kind of username. But now, in the last 10 or so years, these companies, Facebook, Twitter, etc., they don't want people to have anonymized accounts or anonymized identities. It's all about verifying your identity. Even Google, Gmail signing in, it's all about verifying your identity. So you can no longer use the internet as a free agent, as an anonymous person. You have to submit to these onerous regulations of verifying your identity. Sometimes you don't want your identity known. Sometimes you just want to use the internet for whatever. I mean, not even bad things. You just want to use it and, like, let's say you want to message somebody across the universe, or let's say you're talking about something in a chat room, or not chat room, they don't have those anymore, on a forum, and you don't necessarily want your name or identity associated with that. That's what the internet was designed for. But all these companies are moving us more and more towards a one-to-one, so that your identity online matches your identity offline, and that goes against the whole purpose of the internet. So just wanted to say that. Okay. How we use this information: to measure, analyze, and make our services better. To communicate with you about our services. Product updates, marketing messages, and research. Collect research, surveys, product testing, and troubleshooting. I guess that's fair. Okay. Next section. My tweets are public. Of course they are. Why are you doing Twitter? If you're doing Twitter and you don't think they're public, let's see, what's a good alternative? I don't know. Maybe Gab or Locals, or what's another one? I'll put some other ideas. As this channel goes on, I'm gonna review a lot more different things. So we'll get into those. Sharing information. Okay, so just know that when you're using Twitter and you're posting, you're tweeting, it's public. Okay. No ifs, ands, or buts. At one point, okay, right here it says, heads up, tweets can end up in the news or a search engine. So whenever you're reading those, a lot of news articles now, they're just like tweets. Like, the news will be like, so-and-so said this, and then this celebrity fired back with this. So that our news has no longer been like, our news is no longer actions or governments or something like that. It's literally people tweeting and and responding. That's our whole news cycle now. Okay, so when you tweet, post, and share, you're sharing the information with the general public. Okay? You're directing us, Twitter, to disclose that information as broadly as possible. You're publishing it, basically. Twitter content, including your profile information, name, pseudonym, username, profile pictures, is available for viewing by the general public. So Twitter's a public platform. Okay? The public does not need to be signed in to view much of the content on Twitter. Yep. They may also find Twitter content off of Twitter, for example, from search query results on internet search engines. So Twitter is public. It also shared with other users. Depending on your settings, we share your interactions with Twitter content and other users, such as likes of people you follow. Makes sense. Content you send to a specific Twitter user, such as through direct messages. Okay, so this is literally saying you send a direct message, they're going to share that message with the person you send it to. Okay. Please keep in mind that if you've shared information like direct messages or protected tweets with someone else who accesses Twitter through third-party services, the information may be shared with that third-party service. Okay. So if you share a tweet in a direct message with someone who signed in through a third-party service, that third-party service will also have access to the tweet and the message. Okay. And then their partners, third parties, advertisers, third-party content, integration service providers, what does this say? Including payment providers, service providers that hold our various blogs and wikis, service providers that help us understand the use of our services, and those that provide fraud detection services. Okay. APIs. We use technology like APIs and embeds to make public Twitter information available to our website, apps, and others for their use. For example, displaying tweets on a news website or analyzing what people say on Twitter. So yeah, this is where when you have those news embeds of Twitter tweets, this is where this comes in. Okay. We generally make this content available in limited quantities for free and okay. Yeah, some of those tweets are often deleted. Once you clicked on them, they're kind of gone. When required by law, we may preserve, use, share, disclosure information if we believe that it's reasonably necessary to comply with law, regulation, legal process, or governmental request. No comment there. Protect the safety of any person, protect the safety and integrity of the platform, including to help prevent spam, abuse, malicious actors on our services. Explain why we've removed content, address fraud, security, technical issues, or protect our rights. Okay, our affiliates. Okay, as a change in ownership, obviously. Okay, does data have an expiration date? I think it says here 18 months. Okay, generally we keep your data as long as your account is up. Okay, we keep your profile information, content for the duration of your account. So you have your account, you open your account, it's open for the whole time. Okay, if you we generally keep other personal identifiable data. So this is that device ID, that kind of stuff, for 18 months. That's a long time. So let's say you had a phone, let's say you logged in with a phone in January, and then you got a new phone in February. That January phone, they'd still have that data the following June. That's a long time. And that could also potentially be hacked. That's a long time to store that personal identifiable information. Remember, public content can exist elsewhere even after you remove it from Twitter. For example, search engines and other third parties may retain copies of your tweets longer based on their own privacy policies, even after they've deleted or expire on Twitter. Interesting. So if you have questions about that, you can read here. Search visibility. Remove, and then there's a link at the bottom. Remove Twitter profile from Google search is what you want to look at. Where you violate our rules and your account is suspended, we may keep the identifiers you use to create the account indefinitely to prevent repeat policy. Okay, so this is where Donald Trump, he created his account, it got suspended. Then let's say a couple weeks later, he tries to go in and create a new account. Twitter won't let that happen. They'll prevent him from creating repeat accounts. Okay. Well, Trump's now back on Twitter, but maybe this applies to Kanye. We may keep certain information longer than our policies Oh, okay. So this 18 months is not actually a maximum. It's the minimum, actually, because they may do it for longer. Okay, how can you control it? How can I control my own data that Twitter has? You can access it, delete it, or change your setting. Basically, you're the boss. Okay, that's nice to hear. Access, correction, portability. Okay, you can download a copy of your information, deleting your information. You've all the instructions here for. Okay, so Periscope. That's interesting. So Periscope was a live video streaming service in 2015 that was acquired by Twitter. Periscope is now defunct. I'll just show you that here. Periscope shuts down 6 years after popularizing mobile live video sharing. Actually, so this is kind of funny. I guess live streaming is no longer a phenomenon, although it seems like it is with all the Instagram live type things. So here's the Periscope website, Periscope TV. Periscope is saying goodbye. Periscope is grateful for you going live together and being part of this community. Past public broadcasts will continue to be available on Periscope web. Keep the conversation going on Twitter. That has a little link to Twitter and the nice little Twitter birds. And these are the Periscope icons. So if you've ever heard of Periscope, it is gone. Good riddance, I guess. Okay, objecting, restricting, or withdrawing your consent. Okay, if you need to do that. To submit a request related to access, modification, or deletion of your account or someone else's information. If you're the authorized agent, you may contact us. Okay? Okay, how does Twitter handle information? You have specific legal bases. We move your Twitter to make Twitter work for you. Just as you use Twitter to seamlessly participate in global conversations with peoples and countries all over the world, Twitter must move information across borders into different countries around the world to support the safe and reliable service you depend on. That makes sense. For example, if you live in Europe and are having a conversation with someone in the United States, information has to move between those countries to provide that experience. It's what you expect from us. Okay? We use data centers and cloud providers and engage our affiliates and third-party partners and service providers located in many parts of the world to help us provide our services. Before we move data between countries, we look at the risks that may be presented to the data and rely on things like standard contractual clauses. To ensure your data rights are protected, if data will be shared with a third party, we require them to retain the same protections over your data that we provide directly. Okay, Twitter is not for kids. You have to be over 13. You there, Twitter? Nice. 80s vibe. Sure, they're trying to be pretty hip here. How can I slide into our very official inbox? They're trying to be all hip here. Okay. This is what I want to show you. Well, okay, there's one other thing that you should look at. It's this here. Additional information about data processing, and they have a little table here, and it's basically the same things. You can go through it on your own. It's processing purpose, what data they use, and why. The legal basis for that. So contractual necessity, legitimate interest, whatever that means, legitimate interests, cookies, log data, all that stuff that's in there, legitimate interest, consent. For advertising, you give them your consent. Okay, that's very important. Legal request, that's legal obligation. Additional information with business partners, that's your consent that you give them. Sharing data with third party, that's your consent. Legal consent, legitimate interest, so on and so forth. You can look at that yourself. And you can read the legitimate interest analysis summary. Okay. Our new privacy policies got game. So actually, Twitter has a game. Okay, they got this game right here. I did the first level myself. Hopefully you can hear the music. Can you? Okay, slide into a sea of DMs. Catch friendly messages to float back up. Okay, here we go. Oh, this is fun. Wait, why is he? Okay. I'm horrible at these things. I feel like this is like for, no, go up, go up. This is for like kids in the 90s and 80s. So you can just watch me play this game, which is really dumb, but okay, let's see if I can get it. Oh, yes! Oh! There we go. Oh, here we go. Okay, I feel like these fishes are bad. Is this weird? Cool. Okay. Oh, this is awesome. Okay, where do I... Oh, here we go. Oh, okay. Come on. Oh, shoot. There, down. Swim! Swim, swim, swim. Do I want this thing or no? Or is that a bad thing? I think that's a bad thing. Oh, this is actually really fun. So yeah, Twitter has a game. A privacy game. Oh, this is kind of cool. Come on. Get up the rock. Ah! Oh, shoot. There we go. Ooh. I got killed by a fish. Oh, shoot! Okay, where am I supposed to go? Oh, shoot! What is this thing? Oh my gosh, I'm being killed. Oh, here it is. Okay, it looks like I missed one of them. Okay, this guy can swim pretty well, which is pretty cool. I hope you guys could hear this music, otherwise it's pretty sad. I wonder, maybe I should find the next one and then go back down for the lower one. Oh, down. Wait. Oh, shoot! It's hard to like... Oh, here it is. Here it is. Okay. There we go. Okay, waiting. Okay, good. Yes! Okay, so I need to find... So I would have been done now, but I kind of need to find that other one. I wonder if I'm not going to be able to do it. Just sink. But without getting bubbles. Ah! Dumb things. There we go. This is funny. I wonder how many other companies have a little game at the end of their privacy policy. See, these are the Easter gems, the little Easter eggs. Oh wait, can I go that way? I can't remember. Ah, come on. No, go down. Okay, the down button doesn't work in this level. So like this is the second level. I already did the first level. No. Okay, I have to go over here. There we go. Oh shit. Okay. Sorry, I'm taking this away just seriously. There we go. Okay, I hope I don't have to go back down. Or back up, I mean. Yes! Okay. You can have control over send a direct message. Sure. Okay. This is for, you guys can do this. You just click here on the privacy got game. Let's see. Should I do any more? It's already a long video. I'm just gonna keep playing this, and you have everybody.